As I've gotten older and I've started working, I noticed my clothes have become nicer, but my underwear has stayed the same. I'm working with good old Hanes all day, every day. Then one day I saw that Skims was the official partner of the NBA, huh? Ain't that woman's shapewear company with Kim K? They got something for men's now? But then it made me think, hold up. Why am I not upgrading my underwear? Your underwear is touching the dirtiest part of your body, and you need good underwear and then nice clothes, not the other way around. Is this just me? I feel like there's also plenty of people that do this too. People always talk about nice clothes, but what about nice underwear? The thought to buy high quality underwear has never crossed my mind until now. I've always just casually strolled into TJ Maxx, Costco, or Target for a 3 for 10 or 20 type of deal. From what I've heard about shapewear from Skims, it seems to be centered around comfort, which is right in my lane. So I'm gonna check out the Skims Cotton and Skims Stretch boxer briefs for men. Is it worth it? Let's find out. This is Supreme Value, where I use a rating system / formula to determine whether a product is worth it or not numerically. I give a word rating that corresponds to a number and a tier for 4 categories. Those categories are priority, price, features, and quality. Those numbers are then averaged out to give a value score. Starting with quality. Deemed as an instant classic on their website, the Skims cotton initially felt pretty good to the skin. It's stretchy, not really itchy for cotton, but soon after like 2 hours of wearing it, my thighs started to get kind of warm. Like I felt a bit irritated with the compression even just 2 hours after wearing them. Now, it might be because my thighs are on the bigger side, but on their website, Josh is 6'3" and wearing a medium, so I feel like this should be the right size for me, and I've been wearing medium for the past like 10 years. It could also be because I'm used to loose fit boxers. But each time I took these boxers off, I felt like my legs could breathe. So then I wore the Skims Stretch, and it was actually a different story though. So the Skims Stretch felt much more breathable, they were less tight. This material is fantastic. It feels like a mix between spandex and cotton, except not, because it's Model X elastane. Whatever modal is very nice to the skin. It's less hot, more airy, and a little more flexible. In terms of material quality, I could definitely feel a noticeable difference from the stretch and the cotton. The stretch allows me to move in all types of different ways. I still do feel some compression on the stretch, but much less than the cotton. They are apparently designed to stretch to my body and recover and don't lose shape, and I would say to some extent these accomplish that. For both of the waistbands, I do wish they were a bit less tight as well. I mean, most of us have a little something around our belly, unlike Josh. But in terms of quality of material and exact fit aside, I would give the cotton a good rating and the stretch a great. So when I first really looked at these, I was like, hold up, these look kind of different. For all these years of my underwear life, there's always been the same amount of fabric all around. It was flat. But then when I took these out of the packaging, I noticed this mountain. Maybe it's because I never paid attention to it, but wow, for nicer underwear, they engineer this convex bump as if something is there. Now, if we look at the anatomy, I mean, I'm joking, but like, this actually does make a difference because it gives more space for the little guy. He doesn't have to suffocate or feel claustrophobic. They call it the 2-ply pouch gazette. Now, what's interesting is that for the cotton versus the stretch, the size of the pouch is slightly different. Now, I do wonder why it's smaller for the stretch, and to be honest, I'm not really sure. Another thing about Skims is that it seems like a lot of their branding is around the natural tone colors, but like, I mean, for all we know, my underwear could be Star Wars or Lego themed. Like, low-key, that would even be cooler for me. So like, I could really care less about how they look. So I wouldn't really call this a feature of like having the natural tone colors, even though that is a big part of their marketing. Overall, for features in terms of how they stand out, they are great. For a single boxer brief, the Skims cotton and stretch have a $2 difference. The cotton is $18 and the stretch is $20. But you should definitely get the 3-pack because you save 15-ish%, but more so because you will literally always need more underwear, and it's not like you'll ever have a strong desire for the latest and greatest underwear. For the 3-pack, the cotton is $46 and the stretch is $52. How I view it though is that, I mean, they're the same, right? They're both 3 for $50. So basically from what I'm used to, I'm going from buying a 3 for $10 or 3 for $20 type of deal to a 3 for $50 type of deal. Now, does the quality and features merit that price? I think so for the stretch, but not as much for the cotton. In my opinion, the stretch is noticeably better, and I feel like most people would agree. It feels softer, less tighter, and more breathable. And I see them basically as the same price. To me, the $6 difference is negligible. I'm surprised the price difference isn't greater between the cotton and the stretch. I would think the price difference for the single would have been like $3 to $5, and that the cotton would have been more so around like $15. But it's actually $18, which is only a $2 difference. So overall for price, I give the cotton a good/mid and the stretch a good. Underwear. Underwear are important, like more than I realize. You wear it every single day of your life, every day. Unless you don't, in which to each their own, but like, yeah, no matter what, the next day you're gonna need to wear a new underwear. Like not brand new, obviously, but you know what I mean. Washed. In order to keep the pee-pee and the bum clean, those guys are sensitive. So I feel like I need to offer them with more care than I used to. The utmost care. So my perspective of underwear after wearing these have really changed. I started to remember all those years of my butt itching or swamp butt and in turn swamp boxers, and it was probably because those underwear were just so cheap. I don't want that for myself, and I'm able to move away from that. And it's not like you have to stay up to date with underwear. I don't think in the future underwear will come out that can be worn 5 days in a row. I mean, who knows? I believe it's worth prioritizing underwear as a top priority, which is why I have underwear in the A tier with an amazing rating for priority. So if I average the scores out, I get a 3.38 for cotton and a 4 for stretch, at good value and great value. I do think you get more quality from the stretch. Its material is better and probably widely more favorable than the cotton. I really am surprised that there isn't a greater price difference. While the prices aren't like amazing, they still have good and great value to me because I just think underwear should be more important than I used to think overall. You do pay a bit more for nicer underwear, but I feel like it's worth having nice underwear since it's in contact with your juniors and rear end. To me, buying underwear in and of itself is already valuable. Underwear should be prioritized if you can, and for some reason, I just didn't for the longest time. Overall, in terms of Skims, the brand, I've only tried one other nice underwear, which was from Lululemon recently, and to give it a quick comparison, I would say that Lulu elevates the quality even more, and it would probably land in an amazing rating, but the price is significantly more expensive for what it's worth, so the overall value I would say off the surface is probably around the same. It more so depends on if you want nicer underwear for a significantly higher price. If you're looking to buy Skims, it's not a bad idea to buy one and make sure you like the fit, because in the end, I feel like for me, the cotton Skims were too tight, and so I wasn't actually a fan. Since underwear sizes are general as opposed to specific sizes, you would think that they would run a bit bigger to be able to fit more body types for each size. So I would say just keep this in mind when purchasing these. Overall, Skims are good to great value, but not like a game changer. If you want some Skims underwear, I will be randomly giving out some Skims for free. All you have to do is comment your Instagram username like this and subscribe. Just make sure to put the I in front of the @ sign. This video was sponsored by me. I bought these. If you would like to support me, feel free to donate $5 to the Durham Rescue Missions. They have a fire thrift store, and they are one of the oldest and largest long-term homeless shelters in Durham. They provide counseling, job placement, and much more, and I really like what they are doing for my local community and want to support them. If you want to support the city of Durham, North Carolina, donating to the Durham Rescue Mission is a great way to support Durham. My goal is to get 10 people to donate $5. That's just $5 each. Once my donor goal is met, I will randomly select a winner regardless of if you donated or not. In addition, everyone that participates in one of my fundraisers will also forever cement their names in the Supreme Value universe. As of this moment, we now have 27 SVU citizens. We have doubled our community. Let's go! Thank you everyone for supporting me, the homelessness in Durham, and the DRM. Overall, we have raised $465 for the homeless community. W. And that is my review of Skims underwear. What did you think? Were my scores whack? Too high? Too low? Let me know in the comments. Peace.